guys, welcome back to another episode of Be Real Del Real. I'm your host, Brian Del Real, and I'm so excited that you're here. Y'all are probably asking, Brian, where have you been? Well, I've had a little black. If I'm being completely honest with you, I didn't really know what to say and like how to form it into one specific episode. So I feel like that's a downfall of like me not wanting to have like a structure of my podcast, which is fine because I don't have a problem with that. It's just it takes me a little bit to figure out what I'm going to talk about. My king, he's sitting here. Oh, I think he's gonna leave. You're gonna leave. Oh, oh. Everyone say hi, Aslan. So precious. Oh, I think he's leaving. Period. Well, welcome back to another episode. I missed you guys. What have you guys been up to? I'm sitting here acting like I got so many of y'all, but I'm delusional and I manifest. So I hope y'all don't see all the cat hair on my bed. That's the one thing of owning an orange cat is having all this hair. Oh, we ain't even gonna talk about it. Anyways, well, he's gonna sit up there. You ain't gonna see him, but he's looking out the window. But let me start off the episode with a drink. And no, it's not just any drink, especially only if you're listening to the audio. It's definitely not just a drink. But I need your guys' opinions because I don't really know what everyone else does with their juice. So let me tell you, because it is very controversial. It's controversial. Oh my gosh, words. It's a controversial topic on how I mix my juice. So me personally, like, I'm talking like the big juices that you can get that are like cranberry or crane mango or crane pineapple or whatever juice. Ocean Spray, is that the brand? I think it is. Anyway, I don't know. I get two juices, and they last me about 2 weeks. And let me tell you why. It's because when I mix my juice, I do half juice, half water.
What?
Oh my god, call me crazy. But listen, I can't do like a whole glass of just juice. I feel like that's so much. That's just too much for me. Me personally, that is too much juice. Um, it's just, sometimes it can just be overpowering. So I like to mix it with half water, so that's like a balance. I don't know. How do you guys do it? Do you guys just do it with all juice and a little bit of water, or and half water? I don't know. What you guys do? Me personally, I do half juice, half water, and I'm gonna go on about my day because that's what I do. Anyways, back on topic. So, today I think we're going to really focus on you're on your own path. What you do is for you, and how you do it is entirely up to you. Like, you're the writer of your story, and the things you do, say, and anything that you do is going to affect that. Let me start off by saying, I'm just keeping it real. It's in my name. It's what I'm supposed to do. Because right now, I'm kind of in the mentality of not giving a fuck. So, like, recently, let's just say within the past year, there has been a lot of circumstances, opportunities, things said, done, heard, this, that, and the other, that really, as a person, you just have to go back and go, wow, okay, well, let's keep going. But it's the mentality. I always think that mentality is what it always comes back to. Like, it's all about your mentality. It's all about how you process it and how you deal with it through anything in life, okay? That's just me personally. So I think that I'm the baddest bitch here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, not really, but I was just kidding in that sense. You know what I mean? Uh, guys, I'm too fucking funny. I really be cracking myself up, and just me. I hope y'all make a laugh, get a laugh out of it. I don't know. Me and my juice. Let me get back. Hello. Sidetrack. I love doing my straight voice because it's just really low and it's funny. But anyways, you are your own entity. Why is he saying that? Is he for real right now? Yes, bitch. I'm 100% real. I'm keeping it real right now. You are 100% your own person. You are your own entity. You are your own structure, okay? Now, how you form your entity, how you form your structure, how you think, how you process things, what you did, how you say it, obviously all comes along with life, right? Obviously. Um, at the end of the day, I really just think that you need to I always self-reflect. Self-reflection is a really big thing for me, especially right now in my life as I'm entering my 20s. I really need to think about what I'm doing, how I'm going to do it, and how's it going to make me feel, and how can I make that impact. Because for me personally, I know I'm here to make an impact. I'm a creator. I'm hope that I'm influential, and I hope that people can see me as someone who is genuine but keeps it real. I don't like to sugarcoat anything. And I don't know, it all just circles back to being real. I used to be 100% a people pleaser. Would do anything. I never really had any boundaries. Obviously, right, as we all have. And then obviously something happens where it's like, okay, whoa, everything's turning back on me, and all I did was try to like make a positive thing happen. You know what I mean? So I think this past year, I don't remember if I've said it or not, but I moved from Ohio about a year ago. And within this past year, I've definitely gone through so many things, good and bad. And I feel like what I've done to better myself, I think, is playing out. Obviously, I've made some dumb decisions, and obviously, I've made some good decisions. But I think at the end of the day, I need to remember that no matter what anyone can input into me isn't going to anything that is said about me, said to me. I really just think about it and then go from that. Now, I don't want to project and think that like, oh, he's fine, he's perfect. No, that ain't it. Okay, we all be going through shit. Every single one of you. No one can say that they have a perfect life because there's no such thing as a perfect life. I think that sometimes people forget that everyone is going through something, and the way that they carry themselves is a very strong person within that demeanor. You could have the nicest person on earth, and you would have no idea what they've gone through or what they're going through. You know, they may presume, reflect a really positive and happy person, and you love that. Oh my God, you love that. But sometimes people neglect to show emotion or neglect to even want to protrude that out because, like, they don't want people to know about that. But I think that everyone's human and we're all entitled to our own feelings. So let's say, for example, I'm having a really shitty day. I wake up and I'm already pissed. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I don't even know what else could make me mad in the morning. But you know, you wake up and you just have those days, and that's fine. That's fine. So you get up, you start your morning, you're doing this, that, and the other, and you're still just like, today's not the day. I'm not trying to do this. I'm annoyed already. Any little thing pisses you off. You're on your way, and you're 100% annoyed. So you go into work, I hope, with a mindset of there's nothing else I can do right now besides go into work and do what I need to do. Now, obviously, we all take emotions into work, right? But ain't none of them bitches up in there your friends. None of them. People forget that a workplace is a workplace. Now you can gain genuine friendships. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you can't trust everyone. You don't need to talk to everybody. You don't need to tell everybody what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, what's the point? They're gonna find a way to not make that happen, or find a way to talk shit about you, or find a way to do this, that, and the other. Okay. And you know what you're gonna do with that? You're just gonna be the better and stronger person and learn to shut up. Stop talking to other people and saying what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need to know when to shut up. And you're like, oh, he's coming off powerful. Well, I'm just being serious and I'm just being real. The people in your workplace are not your friends. Now, I'm not saying, like I said, again, that you can't gain genuine friendships, because I have a friend Her name is April, who I met through Amazon. And I mean, we have a really good friendship right now. Like, I just don't want to hang out with anybody from work. Like, no, thank you. Like, you're the last person I want to, you know what I mean? But sometimes you can find the people who you know you're going to have a genuine relationship with. And all I'm saying, all I'm saying is just it takes time to build with someone, especially when you meet them in a workplace. Because when you're meeting someone brand new in a workplace, you're meeting them at that current state. You have no idea what they're doing or what they've done in the past and what they've done and what they're going to do in the current or in the future. You know what I mean? So tread carefully is what I always say. And it's always been told to me, like, nobody in that bitch is your friend. And I'm like, oh, cool. Now, that still doesn't circle back. I need to circle back to the morning. Okay, so you've had a shit morning, and the reason I started saying all of this because you're in the parking lot, and I hope that you're not taking all your anger into work, because you need to remember that yes, some of your coworkers may have caused that anger. Yes, you want to punch them in their whole entire fucking face. Yes, you really just want to look at them like they've asked a stupid question and you're about to give them the answer to it, but you're about to do it with a smile on your face. Yes, you're going to give them the answer. You're going to help them because you're at work. And sometimes we have to separate those emotions and boundaries because you can't protrude your anger onto somebody else. Because take one big step fucking back and think, oh, that makes you look like a really bad person. Because if you're going to go into somewhere, this doesn't even have to be at work, it can just be anywhere. Why would you protrude yourself as someone who's already angry and yet you're just going to project it out on everybody else? If 2 plus 2 was 4 and 4 plus 4 is 8, then what the fuck's the point of that? Because that's not cool. Why are you going to go through and project something that's not even someone else's fault? Yes, you're having a bad day. Cool. And you know that sucks. Like, we all have bad days. We're all going through stuff, but you can't get so angry with someone that you're going to create a hostile or toxic work environment, yet alone not want people to come and talk to you. You know what I mean? Me, for instance, I work at Amazon and I'm what they call a problem solver. So I go around different departments and I have to solve several different problems and set out many different fires everywhere to ensure that you as a customer, get their products on time because that's my job. So within that job, I have to speak to many different people. So I'm not going to go into work and be so angry. Oh, did y'all see me spit? I'm not going to go into work and protrude all of this anger because, yeah, work may be stressful. Yeah, that one coworker might be making me mad. Yeah, you know what I mean? Things could have happened, but at the end of the day, I need to realize that I'm here to help. I'm a support role. And it doesn't matter what my emotions that I feel outside of work, what those come into while I'm at work. Yeah, you can think about them and you know what I mean. Obviously, you're going to feel those feelings. Obviously, they're not going to go away because you're at work. But it's all about how you deal with them, especially when you're at work. Because obviously, work you and personal you are two different people. You know what I mean? They may not be entirely, but you know what I mean. Obviously, your work self and your personal self are very different. Well, because one's your personality and one's something that I don't sometimes you don't admire doing, but something that you're doing, you know what I mean? So I just think that the way that you portray yourself and the way that you handle everything that's being thrown at you doesn't come out the wrong way. And obviously, we all don't want something to come out wrong or, you know what I mean, do something wrong or whatever. We don't want people to think that, but sometimes the anger gets the best of us. Me personally, I'm going to be sassy. Yep. You heard it here first. I'm a sassy bitch. Yes. I'm going to give that sass right back. But when I'm at work, I try not to, but I am human, and sometimes sass just comes out, even when I don't think that it's coming out. It's just because I'm used to it, but then sometimes you have to think, oh, I'm at work. Maybe not right place, not right time. You know what I mean? Don't go and portray what your insecurities, your anger to someone who doesn't need them and someone who hasn't done anything but like to do that. You know what I mean? And I think that's just a whole life lesson. Why protrude your anger onto somebody else? Doesn't make sense to me. But going with that, even when you're going through something, I've started saying we don't read our books backwards. Let's say you have an ex-friend, and let's say you haven't talked to them in a good amount of time, and friendship was really toxic, and it benefited you a little because you liked hanging out with the person, but morals and values didn't match. Because I think when you're choosing a new friendship, that your morals and values should be considered when you're engaging with them, or if you're deciding to hang out with them. Because like if they don't match entirely what you value and what you expect from a friendship, then why would you give your energy into that? Why would you put energy into something that's not entirely to you? You know what I mean? Yeah, it might sound selfish. Why does it need to pertain back to me? Well, because, honey, at the end of the day, it's all about you. Who's brushing your teeth at night? Who's wiping your ass? Who's putting your clothes on? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it comes down to you and what you do to make yourself the person that you are. And obviously, we all go through shit. And obviously, you're going to talk to people, and you're going to talk to several different people. And another thing that I think that we forget is that when you're going to someone, hopefully you're going to someone to talk to that you trust, obviously, and someone who you know is going to keep it real. Me personally, I like to go to someone who's not going to sugarcoat, who's not going to tell me what I want to hear, what I've thought about. If you know me, which you don't, none of you know me, but you know me. You know me. Because I've said it, obviously, but I have really bad anxiety. I definitely overthink, and I just spiral in my own head sometimes about several different things daily. And so when I go to someone, I need someone who's going to give me that real reality check, because I've already curated these things, and some are real and some are like, are you for real right now? But I need someone who's going to balance that, someone who's going to be like, whoa, hold on, reality check. And so I think that sometimes you go to people who aren't like that and who want to tell you things that you want to hear. But I think that you should surround yourself with people who are wanting to push you up. Because why are you telling someone and hanging with someone whose goal is to only tear you down? Once again, why are you going to feed your energy into that? I'm the person that's like that. I'm not one that's gonna sit here and sugarcoat something for you, and who's gonna sit here and tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna keep it real, because I'm just being real. Like, what I say may hurt. What I say may be like, oh. What I say may be like, oh. What I say may be like, are you for real right now? Because I'm being real. I'm a person. And if you're going to come to me, I hope that one, you're coming to me because you're comfortable. I have a lot of people that can come to me, and a lot of people that do come to me, and it's because I keep it real with them. Like, if you're going to come to me, I'm going to tell you. And if I'm going to come to you, I hope that you would do the same. You know what I mean? Those are the type of friendships that I value, because I don't want someone who is going to minimize me and make me feel like shit at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And you're like, Brian, you shouldn't let someone affect like you. You're right. And you know what I call that? The people who you hang around with, honey, is that it's cold. It's cold up in here. I need to take a sip of my. Thank God y'all can't hear my tummy growling. I haven't ate yet, if I'm being completely honest, and it's currently 2:27, so I'm a little hungry. My tummy's a little growly, but that's okay, because that ain't gonna affect nothing. But you know what can be affected? Your energy. Energy. I spelled that right. If I'm being real with y'all, this is my second time recording this specific podcast episode, because the first one I decided to record, my speaker died, or my microphone died in the beginning, and I didn't even realize it. And so I created a whole episode, and I went to go listen back to it, and guess what wasn't there? My audio. Okay, so I had to make sure that I looked at the screen so that I could know that it was a precise image that you're getting, and not zoomed in my whole face the whole time. Anyways, back to reading energy. So I like to read people's energies, when I'm meeting a new person, I'm talking to someone, when I enter a room, because sometimes your energy can be so big that people don't know what to do with it. Or sometimes your energy could be so big, people don't understand and know how to come to you. So sometimes when you walk in the room, you have to move quietly, and that's fine because the energy will come to you. The people who are enticed by you will come to you. You know what I mean? And the people who feel intruded or feel like, oh, what's another word I could use? Feel triggered, not triggered, but like feel, oh fuck, he's here. Um, yeah, we don't want those people coming around anyways. And I like to relate this when you walk into a room of like shit talkers who like to downgrade someone who's doing really good, or even like celebrities, the haters for celebrities. Let's talk about this. You're gonna have someone who's gonna be like, "Ooh, did you see her outfit? Ooh, did you hear what they did about that person?" Or "Ooh, did you hear that they did this?" Or "Ooh, did you know they did that?" Talking about a bunch of they them stories. Well, guess what? Who's on the red carpet? Who has the full designer outfit on? Who's continuing to make money? What are you doing? You look like a bum. Sit your ass down. That's what I'd be thinking. Because people be real quick to judge someone, and yet here you are looking goofy as hell while they're sitting up here succeeding. And you want to know why? Because they don't give a fuck. And they're using whatever you're portraying as their motivation. Because you're here and they're there. It's all about what you're going to do with the situation that you're presented with and what you're going to do to better yourself. Because one thing's for sure, two things for certain is you got me fucked all the way up if you think I'm going to care one little thing that you think about me because I don't know who you're talking to. Because it ain't me. Because one thing about me is I'm going to be true to myself, and whatever you got to say about me, okay, in one ear out the other, because you don't even know what I'm going through. You don't know what I'm doing, and we're two very different people. Now, like, ooh, or you may be like, ooh, that sounds a little sassy. Well, honey, I am sassy. Second off, I'm not angry when I'm talking to people when I'm like this because why? I don't want people to think that I'm angry at them if they're going to come to me. Obviously, no one's going to say something if someone's below them or above them because, well, no one's above anybody. We're all going through shit and we all just perform differently. And how you perform should represent your structure. All because you can take everything that's coming at you. Does that make sense? I hope so because it makes sense to me. And I really hope that you guys get that. Anyways, y'all, I'm looking at my MacBook because it has some things. Well, I mean, it's what I use to like remember what I want to talk about. And oh, look, not giving a fuck is right on there. So I'm glad that we talked about that because I really do think like you have to respect yourself and value yourself at the end of the day. Like, yes, you're gonna value other people. Yes, you're gonna have other relationships. Yes, you're gonna care for someone else. But at the end of the day, it's you. You, like you. You. Just the letter U. It's you at the end of the day. Now, it could be you with your significant other or a significant other person, just your significant other. And it doesn't even have to be like, just, you can have a genuine relationship with someone else. That's not what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I'm saying everything that's been coming at you, you have to be able to move from that. And you have to be able to want to persevere and want better for yourself. You can't be stuck in anger. You can't be stuck in insecurities. You can't be stuck of jealousy. You can't be stuck there. You have to move past that. You really have to be like, okay, wow, all of that shit happened, but I'm going to do what I need to do to make me better. That's some period. Some real shit right there. You know what else I've been reading? Which kind of related to the podcast episode, but it's the book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. And I really think that if you like self-help books, I like reading self-help books. So if you like self-help books like that, and you want a perspective and, ways that, can really think you, okay, well, let me think about myself really quick. How is this going to affect me? What can I do? And within this book, I like what he says about you get to choose your own struggles. And you're like, what does that mean? So, for instance, I moved from Ohio to Indiana. So, one, I already chose if there was going to be a struggle that I already chose it because I chose to come here. You know what I mean? Then anything that happened along the way, I can't complain and be mad at because I chose that. You know what I mean? Like, I chose to come here and do the things that I'm doing. So, therefore, I can be irritated by them, but I'm not going to sit here and complain about them because I chose it. You get to choose your struggles. You get to choose what you are going to parade on. You're going to choose what you get to be mad about. And, all these different things that you get to choose, but you have to remember you chose that. You get to choose what you get to do. You get to choose with how you get to say. You get to choose with how you get to process. You get to choose what happens in your life because you are your own entity and you are your own writer. Lord, some people forget that. And I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand how people can let anybody, anything convey them. And, I feel bad for those people because I hope that you can really reflect on your situation and figure out how to better yourself. Period. Period. You know what I mean? Now let's talk about someone's gonna talk shit about you. Okay, cool. Just let them. Someone's gonna make a comment about you. Cool. Just let them. Someone's gonna comment on something that you posted. Okay, cool. Just let them. Because you know what? You can move past it. You can move forward with it, or you could comment on it. But if you're gonna comment on it, you have to know that now you've gave them free realm because you've stroked their ego because you're responding back. You know what I mean? Come on. I think that constructive criticism, we can talk about constructive criticism, because some people like to take constructive criticism and be mad at that person for giving them the constructive criticism. But then also, the way that I think, some other people may not, it's my opinion. I think you should use constructive criticism to obviously grow, right? Whatever that person may say on the constructive criticism that they're giving you, you have to be ready to take. And if you're going to go to someone who's going to give you constructive criticism, you have to be ready to take that also because you're going to that. If you're going to get hurt by it, you chose that struggle. You chose that pain. You did. You can't let other people entice on what you're going to do. You have to look at it about yourself because you have to protect your peace. Yes, Brian. I know I need to protect my peace. I know. Quit playing with it because I can protect my peace. And I'm not saying that I've protected it all the way. I'm not saying that I'm a perfect person because, baby, I ain't. Oh, I ain't no perfect person. No, I go through shit. I've been through shit and I'm going to go through shit because we all do that. Everyone is entitled to that. Everyone's going to do that. No matter what, everyone's going to go through something different. And so at the end of the day, it's what I do to better myself. I'm not going to feed into something that I don't need to feed into. Because at the end of the day, I like to surround myself with people who are going to push me up. Because at the end of the day, that's what I want for myself. I want to be able to help other people push themselves up because I feel like that's me. That's what I am here to make an impact. I am here to help other people along the way. Other people may dream that. Cool. Thank you. I'm excited. I hope I get to meet these people. But we should all strive to be that person, I guess. And sometimes people don't like to. Sometimes it's just not meant for everybody. Because, well, if I'm being real, sometimes people get things that they shouldn't have, or gotten a role that they shouldn't have, maybe because of the ego. So I think, remember, my opinion, my podcast, I think that you get to choose the entity that you're going to enter into with a person. So, with that being said, You need to trust your instinct sometimes. And if your instinct says, mm-mm, mm-mm, or your instinct could say, boy, you did that right. Yes. Okay, because you can't beat into something that's just gonna tear you down or make you think negatively. Because at the end of the day, we're our own people. We have our own dreams, our own goals, our own stories. And you have to think you get to share that with the people you choose because you choose your struggles and you are on your own path. And you're like, he better stop pointing that damn finger at me. But I'm telling you, because a lot of you forget, you are you. You choose your own story. You write your own story. Because you. Now, what? You're like, why is he focusing on this? Well, because I wasn't me for a long time. And I've been working on myself. I've been working on myself a lot, focusing on what's right for me, aligning my values, aligning my morals, working on myself physically, mentally, because it's my story. And how I want my story to lay out is all up to me. But sometimes you have to do hard things, and sometimes you get to do amazing fun things. No one wants to talk about the hard things. Everyone sees the good things, but it's a balance between the two of what happened here, the bad things over here, the good things are over here. What this, the bad things are over here, did to make you become this, the good things are over here. Because no matter what, at the end of the day, you can have the shittiest story, the worst life. Everyone has a different lifestyle. Everyone has a different life story, and everyone is different. And that's fine because I hope that other people want to be like, I'm tired of this and I want to better myself. I want to grow. So I'm going to move from here to here because you get to choose that struggle. You do. What y'all been up to in here? I just want everyone to know that my year to moving to Indiana is coming up, which is very exciting because I can reflect on everything that I've done, good and bad, and say, wow, I mean, I'm here and I know not to do that again. And I know not to go here. I know not to talk to that person. I know not to think that. But I can also say, but I can do this. I can go here. I can read that. I can start there because reflection. It's all about reflection, guys. You have to self reflect and you have to choose what you're going to do. Y'all, I'm playing with y'all. Did y'all think about my juice thing yet? I'm going to put that on a poll. If you're listening right now, I need you. I'm going to put a poll on this episode that says, how do you drink your juice? And right now, whether you're driving, you're at the table, you're on the ground, you're in the shower, wherever you're watching this, I don't care where you're watching it. I just hope you're enjoying. Duh. I hope I can make you laugh. But wherever you're watching, you better answer that question. Please. How do you drink your juice? Tell me in the poll below, how do you drink your juice? Because I want to know. I genuinely want to know. Because if you drink a full cup of juice, you're weird. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. But I don't really think you're that weird because being weird is cool. Doesn't Nicki Minaj say that? Stay weird. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people do that, but specifically I thought of Nicki because I'm a barb. Moral of the story: I can do whatever I want. I am my own entity, and I need to remember that, including myself, I can say that we all forget and we all have limits on ourselves. And we don't think that we're good enough. We don't think that we're pretty enough, strong enough, that we're mentally capacity there. Maybe professionally you're not there. Whatever you may think, you have to remember that there's always going to be someone who can see what you can't see and sometimes those people may protrude themselves as the bad people, but sometimes those are the people that want the best for you without you even knowing it. And sometimes they don't do a good job at making sure that's known, but also they don't want you to know that that's known because they want to see the reflect and growth on you. They are just glad that they were there to be a part of it. They shouldn't claim and, say that they did that for you. No, honey, they helped you. They were part of your journey. They were part of that chapter, sure. But they just helped entice that. They helped push you to make that be that better person. And those are the type of people you should want to surround yourself with. It's all about who you hang out with and who you talk to. It's all about your circle. Like, think about it. What's your circle look like right now? Are you proud of the people that are in that circle? If you genuinely needed to go to someone in that circle, who would be there? Now you're probably thinking, who's in my circle? Oh, I got that. Okay, but who's going to be there? Who can you go to? I really think that I can be friends with anybody. Oh my God, I can be friends with anybody. But sometimes I keep my circle smaller because sometimes you can't trust everybody. Sometimes I can't go to everybody. And I need the people who I've built a relationship with and who I have gone through things with them. I need those people. And we all have our people. We all have our own different people that we go to. We don't just talk to everybody. No one can just know anything about anybody. You know what I mean? That has to be a special bond and a special connection and something that you both value. You know what I mean? And I just want you to remember that you get to choose that. Whatever boundary you set, whatever happy moment that you think you can set, whatever you think that you're going to set, you get to set that. And hopefully, if it's good or bad, someone can respect that boundary. Because learning how to make boundaries is difficult. It's very difficult. I'm not going to say that it's easy, but you don't want to portray that boundary, because you can't have so many boundaries because then it looks like your wall is completely up. And sometimes your wall should be completely up, but you can't have a boundary for everything that somebody does, because sometimes you just have to let it go in one ear and out the other, because you're the stronger person. You're the better person. You're the one who can do that. You're the one who can do that because it's your path. So, with that being said, that's what I wanted my episode to be about, is that you are your own path. You get to be you. You write your own story, and you have to do what's best for you. Sometimes those things are going to be hard. Sometimes those things are going to be great, and you get to choose it. Yep, that's about it. That's all I got to say. Anyways, don't look at my feet. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. I have some really fun things coming up. I do have some podcast ideas that I've been curating. I'm really excited to start doing this more. And I just hope that everyone's having a good day wherever you're listening to this at. Remember that you are a strong person. You are a strong bitch. Okay? Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. And that's on period. From that, I hope you liked today's episode. I hope you're like, oh, he's a little bit of sass. Because, honey, I know. That's what I want to portray a little bit. Sometimes we need a little sass in our life. And, honey, I'm a little sassy. Okay? Don't forget to like. Don't forget to follow my podcast, whether it's on Spotify, YouTube, wherever else you're listening to. And please share. I hope that you like the podcast enough that you would want other people to listen to it. And I just want other people to hear me keep it real, because sometimes we don't have those people to keep it real in our lives. And, well, I'm one of those people for you, I hope. Because I'm going to keep it real. 100% real. Yeah. So don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, share, and answer that damn question on the poll, please. How do you drink your juice? That's all I want to know. Bye! I started doing this. I love it. That was a good episode. If I lost the damn audio, I'm not going to think negatively.